If there's anyone in WWE history who has stood as Roman Reigns' most dominant rival, it has to be none other than the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. Over the years, WWE has given us many unforgettable matches between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Each encounter has been hard-hitting, full of intensity, and has generated massive hype across the wrestling world. But friends, there's always one big question in the minds of fans. Will we ever get to see another Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar match in the future? Well, as we all know, WWE is all about entertainment, and in WWE nothing is truly impossible. If the company believes that another showdown between Roman and Brock could benefit them, both in terms of storyline and business, then yes, WWE might book another big clash between them down the line. Looking at the current storyline direction, there's even a chance it could happen sooner than expected. Imagine this: if Brock Lesnar joins Seth Rollins' team for the upcoming Survivor Series War Games match, that sets up the perfect opportunity for Brock and Roman to collide once again inside that brutal cage. And if Rollins' team looks strong enough, WWE might very well use that momentum to push for another singles match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in the future. But for this to happen, the first step would be Brock officially aligning himself with Seth Rollins' team. At the same time, WWE has already started laying the groundwork for the Survivor Series War Games storyline. According to reports, on an upcoming episode of SmackDown, we'll see Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton teaming up against Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. Matches like these are designed to slowly build toward the big War Games showdown. This suggests that in the Survivor Series War Games match, Cody Rhodes' team could feature Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. Along with them, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso might also get added to the lineup. But there's another twist. If WWE decides to bring in John Cena for Cody's team, then either Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso could end up switching sides and joining Seth Rollins' team instead. All of this points to Survivor Series shaping up to be one of the most explosive and unpredictable War Games matches in years. Now, shifting gears, let's talk about Cody Rhodes. According to some backstage reports, Cody is reportedly unhappy with the WWE creative team and the current direction of his storylines. In fact, he's even suggested that if things continue this way, he could consider retiring from WWE in 2026. But honestly, friends, this might just be an excuse. Cody himself knows that he cannot run WWE on his own terms, so instead of admitting failure, talking about retirement might just be a safer way to cover up his frustrations. At the end of the day, WWE is full of surprises. We could see Brock Lesnar stepping back into the spotlight, Roman Reigns facing his most dangerous rival again, and Cody Rhodes' future becoming a huge talking point. So friends, what do you think? Will Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar collide once again? Will Survivor Series War Games give us a hint at their next battle? WWE legend doesn't want Roman Reigns facing The Rock anymore. For more than a decade, WWE fans have imagined what it would be like to see Roman Reigns and The Rock collide on the grandest stage of them all. The match has often been described as the ultimate clash of eras and bloodlines. The tribal chief who has ruled WWE with an iron grip for years against the Great One of the most electrifying performers in wrestling history. On paper, it is the kind of bout that sells itself. The appeal lies not only in their shared family ties through the legendary Anoa'i lineage, but also in the way their careers mirror each other's rise to superstardom. For many, this matchup was the ultimate dream match, the kind that could define an era. But as time has passed, not everyone is convinced it should still happen. WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry recently admitted that his feelings about the potential showdown have changed. At one point, Henry saw Reigns versus Rock as a blockbuster waiting to happen, a bout that would deliver box office numbers, mainstream attention, and a spectacle unlike anything else. Now, however, he feels the moment has slipped away. Speaking candidly, Henry explained that while both men are still capable of delivering in the ring, the timing no longer feels right. In professional wrestling, timing has always been the most crucial element. A feud or match can only connect with fans if it takes place when interest is at its peak. Stretch it out too long or miss the right window and the energy begins to fade. According to Henry, that's exactly what has happened here. For years, WWE planted seeds of a possible confrontation between Reigns and Rock. Teases appeared in interviews, subtle hints were dropped on television, and fans speculated endlessly about whether WrestleMania would finally host this long-awaited battle. Each year, however, the payoff never came. At one point, it seemed WrestleMania XL in Philadelphia was destined to be the stage where everything came together. The Rock appeared on WWE television, and the tension between him and Roman Reigns hinted strongly that the family rivalry was about to explode. Reigns, as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, had been virtually untouchable for years. The Rock, with his Hollywood star power and legacy as the ultimate WWE icon, seemed like the only figure who could believably challenge him on that scale. The pieces were falling into place. Then Cody Rhodes' story began to dominate. The fan base rallied behind him, demanding that he be the one to finally dethrone Reigns. Finishing the story became a rallying cry that WWE could not ignore. When faced with the decision of putting Rock into the spotlight or letting Cody's storyline reach its climax, WWE chose Cody. The Rock, in a move that showed respect to the audience, stepped aside. It was the right choice for that moment, but it also changed the trajectory of the supposed dream match forever. That decision revealed just how delicate dream matches can be. They rely not only on name recognition but also on timing, stakes, and emotional investment. Without those elements, the sense of anticipation begins to crumble. For Henry, the endless waiting has dulled the excitement. What once felt like a guaranteed epic now feels like something that could disappoint. If WWE were to push the match now, Henry worries it might come across as manufactured, something done simply for spectacle rather than for story. Instead of being a culmination of family, honor, and legacy, it risks feeling like a promotional stunt. The challenge with dream matches is that they live in the imagination of fans, often in an idealized form. People envision them happening at the perfect time under the perfect circumstances with both stars at their peak. When those conditions aren't met, reality rarely matches the fantasy. That's the danger Henry sees with Reigns and Rock. By waiting so long and allowing other storylines to take precedence, WWE may have let the golden moment pass by. Forcing the match now just because it still looks big on paper could do more harm than good to the legacies involved. Still, it would be wrong to say the appetite has disappeared entirely. Many fans continue to hold out hope that the match will eventually happen, even if only as a passing of the torch moment. The Rock remains one of the most recognizable names in entertainment, capable of drawing mainstream eyes to WWE in a way few others can. Roman Reigns, meanwhile, is still riding the most dominant championship reign of the modern era, and the story of him defending his seat at the head of the table against his older cousin still carries emotional weight. The dream is not dead, but it is no longer as untouchable as it once seemed. Henry's comments, however, speak to a larger truth about wrestling. The industry thrives on organic moments that capture the imagination when the timing is just right. When something is dragged out, the magic can fade no matter how big the names involved are. The Rock and Roman Reigns may still deliver an incredible spectacle if the match ever happens, but the sense of urgency, the feeling that this is something that must happen now, has largely vanished. Fans no longer feel like they are on the verge of witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime confrontation. Instead, they worry it could be an echo of what it should have been years earlier. Ultimately, wrestling history is filled with dream matches that never happened, or that came too late to live up to the hype. Hulk Hogan vs. Steve Austin is often cited as one such missed opportunity. Others, like Sting vs. The Undertaker, became legends without ever needing to materialize. Sometimes it's better to let a fantasy remain just that, an exciting what-if that lives forever in the imagination. Mark Henry's reluctance to see Roman Reigns versus The Rock now suggests he believes this is one of those cases. The idea of two family titans colliding on the biggest stage will always carry a certain allure, but allure alone doesn't guarantee success. For Henry, and for many others who feel the same way, the spark that once made this the biggest dream match in wrestling may have flickered out.